Welcome to what I'm calling Colophon. I'm a yearbook advisor in rural Iowa. I've got a small 1A school, and basically I've got two staffers taking class, both of them taking an independent study during different class periods. I got a smattering of kids that are willing to help on staff as extracurricular, but I don't necessarily have class with any of them. So this is a way to try and keep in touch with them once or twice a week and show them what needs to get done. But if you happen to be, especially if you're a newer teacher, and somebody gave you charge of yearbook, website, or school newspaper, who knows? Maybe I'll cover some things that'll end up helping you too. We'll see. But I call it Colophon because in publishing, Colophon is a little thing that you put in the book that tells you a little bit about the book. And that's what I'm doing here, is trying to tell you a little bit about how our yearbook is made. So I know that I got Sammy and Sierra is sick today. Both of them have got experience and they know what they're doing. The rest of you, maybe you had yearbook for one semester, maybe you've never had yearbook, but you decided, I'd like to help a little bit. Well, let me show you around. For other advisors or curious people on the web, there's a number of different companies, pretty big ones out there. Wadsworth and Herf Jones, I think, is a company that we used when I was in high school. My school, as expensive as it is, I really appreciate Josten's. I especially appreciate the customer service and Colleen Arnson. She's our representative. Always there to help us. The plant, whether by email or phone or text, they're there to help us. And I think they've got some state-of-the-art tools, and I wanted to show you just some of them. Here's where I would come in. Once I've logged in, got my username and password and job number, I can take a look at my staff, which is you all, and see what all you have been doing, if anything. And since some of you maybe are totally new to this and need my help to show you what to do in the first place, if it's not for a grade, don't worry about it. But Sierra, for all intents and purposes, is basically our editor, because this is probably her third semester that she's been in yearbook. And she has tagged a lot of people in some pictures. Looks like she's been working on a couple of pages. So if you're an advisor, maybe one of the things that you might do with this little feature, if you have it, like Josten has for us, is to maybe give a production grade, even if it's only like 5-10 points every week, but you can see if they've been online and if they've been on working. For those of you on our staff of the archive, let me take you maybe to more important places, because these are things that you can use and you can get some points on. One, we go to image library. Under create, hope you saw me mouse over create and come down to image library. If we're lucky enough that some parents or students share us any images, I think this is going slow because I've got so many tabs open. Maybe I should get rid of pics through there okay, here we go. They're not doing this quite the way that they used to, but it used to be that parents and students could upload directly, and there is a website they can upload pictures directly to share with us. Here's probably where you're going to be, is as a staff member, if you've got a picture that you think would be decent in a yearbook, right? Easy peasy. You go to staff inbox and you hit upload, and probably you're going to need to maybe share these to your Google Drive if you're taking them with your phone. or email them to yourself and download them onto in our case, at our school, it's a Chromebook. Some schools have all different kinds of computers that they might use. Neat thing about Josten's is you can also not just upload them directly from your computer, but as you saw the little Google Drive icon, you can transport them from your Google Drive. It's just one reason I kind of suggested doing that. So let's say I've already uploaded a bunch of these, so I don't really need them. But let's say I want to upload an artwork that a kid did in drawing class. Again, you can be taking pictures in the halls, people in their lockers, people at lunch, whatever is going to work for you. School usually has much faster Wi-Fi than at home. See, it's done already, right? And then you can click out of here, and here shows me my shoe. It's not my shoe, it's a student's shoe. One thing that I might want to do, and you can get points every week. Easiest thing in the world to do. If you don't know how to do layouts, you can do this. It's kind of grunt work, admittedly, but it shows faces. You pick the face and you type in the name of the kid that you know. Okay. Now I'm assuming that this doesn't look like Jennifer Allen. I think, in fact, this was by. Oops. Only messes up when I'm trying to demonstrate. By K. K. Way to embarrass myself. K. It should pull it down automatically. I'm not sure why it's not. You saw it a minute ago. So now there you go. Caleb, Kaylee, Kayla Donchesky. I shouldn't be putting all these kids' faces and names, but here you go. She has a name, but she doesn't have a face. Choose it. And one of the things, I don't know how other yearbook publishers work, but what I love about Josten's is now they have a facial recognition kind of thing, which is why you just saw me untag that, because I don't need her to look like a shoe. But it's going to automatically then, after a couple of times, it's going to notice what face that is, and there's less and less of us having to tag people because they're going to automatically be tagged. But here's the thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go from the staff inbox, and if I have given you permission, rights, it'll be as easy as this. Drag it into the right folder. Okay, and I say easy, but then I missed something for one thing. The one thing I think is that I've got that picture up here already. I do, which allows me to show you another thing. Okay, so I have two versions of the same picture. It should be that check mark means that it's on a page already. This one doesn't have a check mark, and the tag is black, so it's not associated with anybody. So I can go ahead and hit delete, and next time that I am on this page or I refresh this page, that'll be gone. Okay, I'm going to take you home and show you the next thing that would be pretty useful. Before I run out of time, because these are only 10-minute blocks on this particular program. Screencastify, love it. Great program. Basically, I can record stuff for you without having to have a meeting with you, like in Zoom. Okay, so I go back to the home page and go to plan, and plan is going to show us a ladder. If you're not familiar with yearbook or publishing or books or magazines, newspapers, a ladder is essentially kind of a graphic organizer that shows you what's going on what pages. It's like a table of contents that you decide what you want where. The neat thing, again, I don't know how Herff Jones or Wadsworth works, but Josten's allows me as an advisor, and any of you students, if I technically made you editor privileges instead of staff privilege. You should be able to, put the name on here of who is working on the page, put the name of what is going on that page. It tells you what page it is. You can set a deadline. This was supposed to be done back in December. Well, let's take a look at them. You click on them, and it's going to take you to what Josten calls Layout Pro. And I want to encourage you, if there's any pages in here that don't have a name on them, you should be able to click onto those pages and just experiment. Whether you save something or you don't save something, they have a terrific thing I'm going to show you about in a second that we can undo anything you did if you make some mistakes. Okay, so hopefully you won't make too many mistakes, but we'll see. So this was a little bit new for Sierra and Sammy and I, those of us that have been on Yearbook at Boyer Valley before, and a couple of you, I don't know, like Faith, and if you're on staff as the club and you're looking to help us if and when you have some time, but you've had the class, you've been on staff before, this is a little bit different than it used to be. Okay. So here's our basic layout, and you can zoom in either with the arrow or, make things huge and look at things up close, or back out to fit so you can look at the whole thing overall. And over on this side, we've got a number of different tools. Let me run through them super fast. This is going to change these tools here. So this basically, the top tool is pages, and it shows us a ladder and what pages need to get started and what pages need to get finished. It may show us pages that are done already, whether they've been sent in or not. Next thing are templates. And as I've got this homecoming page, I really probably don't need any of these templates at all, but there's neat different things. This could be cool. If you had a quote, you can just drag them over. That is called a content module. It's sort of like a layout within a layout. And you want to explore this, you can have whole page things or part page things like this. Okay. Real fast, since the bell has rung, I'm going to have my study hall coming in here. I'll just show you these other tools. This is for pictures, and I would not want to have art. I would probably want to look for dances and events and homecoming. And as you can see, one picture's already been put in there. We are looking, if we can find it, for a picture of our kindergarten pages. So if you know anybody, maybe Mrs. Malone, maybe the parents of the little kids, maybe our kindergarten teacher, ask around, look for them. Here's the other tool that you can use, and it is for creating text boxes. If I scroll up here, it should show one. Oh, well, maybe it's not showing one. But it looks like over here, whoever was working on the page had started a caption. So I'm just going to move that onto the page. And play, explore, see what you can come up with, because you can't do any worse than nobody doing anything. And we really, really need you to do that. Whatever else you do, make sure you hit save before you log out. And I'm going to log out because now I have study hall coming in. So I'm done recording. Adios.